What is up, guys? We're going to be jumping directly into the draft. Reborn versus Hydra Esports had some issues with the client itself. Could not get the game to load. We'll tell you why in the after show. Muriel is going to be the first ban for Hydra Esports. Shane,
what up?
Reborn. Reborn's got a ban choice here. They're going to ban Bellica. Not surprised at this. Not at all. Not surprised at all.
No. Bellica's an obscenely good hero. You know who else is good?
Iggy and Scorch?
Jungle Narbash.
It's never going to die with you. Iggy and Scorch picked up for Hydra Esports right off the bat. If you can't ban it, you take it. What does Reborn do here, Shane? We haven't seen these guys face off against each other. Reborn has been, I'm going to say it again because I love it, the most winningest team. The most winningest team.
It feels good to say that winningness. Like that
winningness.
Just,
it feels good. It rolls off your tongue. Winningness.
Winningness.
Maximum
chat, let's say
effort.
it together. Let's say it together, chat. Winningness. Narbash
Maximum
and Gadget.
effort.
I'm a little bit surprised Reborn didn't pick up their preferred carry this early on, especially considering that they have put so much priority into Nadosic having a good game. But let's talk about this roster, Josh.
Okay.
Involved is the new mid laner, solo laner, depending on if we ever go back to a duo mid. We'll just say mid laner for now. And he also can play carry pretty darn well. We've seen that there are such things as caster carries now. So I think I love Involved being on Reborn. I think his player pool really adds something that was very needed to Reborn. And they can draft, I think, much more openly and just have a deeper hero pool, much greater than only Involved, but just overall for the compositions that they so desire.
I agree. Rampage and Murdoch picked up by Hydra Esports. Can we talk about that Hydra Esports logo for a second while Reborn makes
dude, that logo looks like a Game of Thrones, like
it's pretty sick.
Speaking of which, pretty stoked.
Pretty sick. I'm excited about that logo. Reborn, they don't have their carry yet. Twin Blast? Are we gonna see a Twin Blast? Are we gonna see a blast of twins? Or do you think we see Sparrow pick? Never mind, it's Twin Blast.
I don't know. I was gonna say I don't think Sparrow. Anytime the meta is this fast paced, Sparrow has never been a good pick. But anytime the meta slows down, that's when Sparrow's like, "Yep, we're picking up Sparrow." So it's gonna be Twin Blast and Murdoch. Yin is another hero. I doubt we're gonna see much of it all. Unfortunately, as much as I love that hero, I actually think she's a really, really fun hero to cast and just very technically demanding. I think her ultimate is one of the cooler ultimates in the game. But yeah, I think it's pretty much between carries, ADCs. It's gonna be between.
We're not gonna see Yin picked up because her
is her ult bugged?
No, not her ult.
On her, isn't it?
She doesn't lifesteal off of her cleave anymore.
Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah,
it's horrible. So
don't play that game.
No, you can't build certain ways with her because of that. Kwang picked up. We've got a Richter pickup, which we're going to see most likely Richter support.
Yeah.
And the Severog picked up.
There it is, the Severog.
Severog is going to be in the offlane. Severog is going to be offlane?
Richter offlane, I don't know. Do you think Richter offlane could be a thing? Against against Narbash, it depends. I mean, because Twin Blast, his grenades aren't what they used to be. Actually, there's some Twin Blast players, Imsco, who don't even level grenades when they're playing Twin Blast anymore.
Imsco doesn't play competitive anymore, so we don't have to worry about that.
Potato hype!
Potato. I'm sorry, Imsco. I
love you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Good luck with your degree. Anyways, so if that being said, it could be a thing. I think Richter or Severog, but it's probably Iggy and Scorch. But who's their mid laner then?
This draft.
The big question is the offlane. The offlane or the jungler is the big question.
Shane Aurora.
Yes.
Well, relax.
What did I tell you? And it's Reborn picking it. Remember yesterday when you're like, Aurora's a bad hero.
I didn't
remember that. I remember that. Chat. Do you remember that? I remember that.
Say that.
That's verbatim what you said.
Shane, let's jump in and see this Aurora game. Let's not even talk about it.
Is it Aurora jungle or offlane Aurora?
It's got to be jungle.
Oh my God,
they don't have a jungler.
So you're right.
Reflect. Reflect could jungle. We'll see when we get. Let's get into the game.
Oh my God, I'm so stoked. I think my game just crashed. Nope, just kidding. We're good. All right, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Game number 1, Reborn versus Hydra Esports. Shane, I'm going to let you introduce the Aurora pick over on the side of Reborn. Go for it, brother.
All right, guys. Over on Orange, we're gonna have Tokyo Nicholas on Sevarog, Regal Infiltrator on Rampage, Vanilla Cutie on Iggy and Scorch, Lucer on Richter. Again, another iconic Richter player back in the day. And I don't think that's Ghost on Murdoch, is it?
It's definitely not Ghost on Murdoch.
Got it.
In the jungle for the side of Reborn, we've got J. Leo Grand on J. Leo Grand on Aurora, Master Splinter. Look at that Master Skin on Narbash, Reflect in the offlane with Kwong, NATO Sick on Twin Blast, and Involve in the mid lane on Giggity Gadget.
I just had
Aurora
a revelation.
Jungle.
I just had a revelation. That is not orange. That is amber.
Wow, Shane.
That team is amber colored. We did it. Amber is still in the game. Man, Epic are just so next level.
Whoa.
So off lane Rampage. Interesting. Jungle Sevarog. Pretty sick. I like this. I think Rampage in the off lane is. We actually saw it previously. I believe it was much more of a European sort of thing for teams to run Rampage in the off lane. But if you think about it, he has regen, he has mobility, he has crowd control, and at level 5 he becomes deceptively difficult to take down. But he has to make sure he doesn't get taken down early. He's going to leap away, and it should be okay here. But yeah, I actually think Rampage is a pretty solid offlaner in this given situation.
I mean, I'm going to disagree with you 100% on that.
You never disagree with me.
Never, but because of his King of the Jungle. Because he's not going to really... I mean, yes, the health regen kind of takes place in the lane, but not as strong as it was. I feel like he's definitely a better jungler than he is off-laner. I think Sevarog would have been a better choice in the off-lane.
I agree with that.
So yeah, I think Sevarog would have been a better choice in the off-lane, but maybe they make it work. Maybe I'm full of it. I don't play at a competitive level. All of you know that if you watch my stream.
TV/another notch.
I don't play at a competitive level, and maybe I'm wrong. 9 times out of 10, I'm wrong. So we're probably wrong here. Leo Grande in the jungle on Aurora. Shane, what kind of build are you expecting out of Leo? What do we expect? Are we expecting like Veil Stepper or like Shadow Dance? Like, is he going to come out? He's just about
Veil
that
Stepper
ultimate,
would
right?
be Veil Stepper will be sick, but it requires points into agility. I don't know how many points of agility we're going to see. Obviously, Aurora is an ability-based jungler, all about her Hoarfrost as well as just her alternate. Jumps up to the high ground, look for the Hoarfrost, maybe to catch out Vanilla. Not going to happen, though. Immediately retreating. So it is death. I wonder what the other affinity is. You would think jungler would go growth, but I actually think knowledge on Aurora is almost mandatory. You get Astral Leap. You can get so many really, really, really good cards in knowledge for Aurora here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out as we progress through the game. Shane,
I missed it. I missed it. What happened? Did you meme?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to meme.
I mean, we'll work on it.
So I
Under my tutelage.
I said Reflect was not Reflect. Ram, in my opinion, is one of the best offlaners in the game. The person that competes with Ram that I think is these guys are neck and neck when it comes to skill level is Reflect. We have seen Reflect carry games for Reborn and just pop off when he plays in that offlane position. He is playing Kwong right now. Kwong is a very strong hero, Shane, especially if we go with that Godmother Vigilant build. He can become a tanky monster. He still deals significant damage. Against this setup over here, against this Richter setup, are we expecting to see Reflect play a lot more safe than we normally would? Or do you think he can be aggressive because carries aren't as strong early game?
Reflect is one of those... He gets a lot of slack. The dude gets a lot of slack. A big criticism that he's had for some time is his lack of a hero pool. NATO sick, picks up first blood, GG. And I'm going to say good job, not GG. That was
NATO sick's in trouble. He's rotating to the jungle here. Vanilla Cutie rotated from the mid lane. NATO sick is having a slight burning sensation, but it does look like he's going to go get away. Dr. Narbash showed up.
See, you can meme. You just memed.
He applied the ointment, and NATO sick lives.
Anyways, Reflect has always had some criticism for being a shallow hero pool. And I don't really think that was his... I think it's just the heroes that fit the meta were really the big thing. Why they always saw him on Greystone. It was meshed well with the overall playstyle Reborn. With this new patch, I expect Reflect to put the haters to shame here and really start to show off that he's not a one-trick pony Greystone player, that he's a versatile. He actually, Kalari's always been one of his favorite heroes, even when she's been in a poor state. I would love to see Reflect pull out some Kalari strats as well. Nonetheless, Kwang, he's just a consistent hero. He's tanky, he initiates well. He's just one of the most well-rounded heroes in the game, and that's a hero that really suits the playstyle of Reflect.
We've got a lot of warding down in the jungle here. Master Splinter's trying to clean that up. Leo Grande is currently sitting at level 5. He's picked up Growth and Death is the build he's picked up. He's at level 5 now, Shane. Are we going to see more ganks coming out of him now that that ultimate's online? Good answer.
Sorry, what'd you say? Zoned out.
I was asking about Aurora. I have not played much Aurora this patch. I definitely haven't played her in the jungle. Level 5's online. Are we expecting to see him get aggressive now that he has his ultimate online?
Absolutely. Aurora is similar to Steel back in the day, which, by the way, Steel's pretty good too. But similar to Steel, it's the ultimate is really the game-defining ability at the core of Aurora's kit. If she's able to hit 2 or 3
Reflect not going to get this hook. He's not going to get this hook. Louis is going to get land the hook there. Keep Reflect from chasing Ghost. And Ghost escapes. Sorry, Shane, go ahead. I apologize.
That's all good.
You were saying.
It's all about landing those ultimates. If you can land a 2 to 3 man ultimate, it can literally win you the game. Like in a late game situation, that ability does so much damage once you have enough points into intellect. And J-Leo is has Death Affinity, which has some decent DPS cards available in it. Growth, not so much, but definitely Death. That's the big thing to look for. It's just a little. I mean, I know it kind of sounds like one-dimensional, but if Aurora isn't landing big ultimates, Aurora's not going to be that much of a contributor to the fight. Outside of Hoarfrost, which isn't what he used to be, and Hoarfrost is very, very difficult to land consistently because there's no reticle or indicator as to the ring that it actually puts around her. So it's very difficult to always have that sort of accurate depth perception to know where to put yourself to hit Hoarfrost as effectively as you can.
I don't. I'm trying to think of the last time we saw I
think in her release. During her release.
In Aurora Jungle? Reflect with a lazy back. Tokyo Nicholas just shows up and says, "Not today, buddy." Hits him with that siphon, so Reflect back is canceled. And it's going to keep him in lane here a little bit. This tower is going to fall. Yeah, he's just going to let it fall. And now he's going to back off. Yeah, I was going to say release was...
Remember that time? Release? The last time I remember seeing Jungle Aurora was when you and I duo queued into Meds, and Meds was flying around the map.
That was, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He was about 4 or 5 feet above the ground. I don't think we've ever seen Aurora Jungle in PCL.
Regal is in some trouble.
I don't see this hero as an offlaner. I don't know why he was put in that position. It's going to give them a big front line. We saw this the other day. They had a big front line. So maybe they're trying to get to that mid to end game where they have that engage, they have that initiation, they're able to just go in and take all of the damage because Godmother Vigilant will be online. Both Regal and Tokyo Nicholas will have that online, and they'll be able to tank all of that damage. But I don't think Reborn's going to allow them to get to that point. I don't think Reborn is going to allow them to get to the end game and just play safe in that offlane like Rampage wants to do.
Reflect about to be level 9. Tether lands on a Ghost, and J-Leo is rotating around here. Not going to have the tether long enough. And J-Leo still rotating around, has that mobility, and just wants to come over here and steal a gold buff. That's how you do it. I do think Aurora... people are like, oh, Aurora jungle. When it comes to jungler, what do you want to see? You want to see mobility in order to abuse verticality with someone like Rampage. You want to see crowd control. Obviously, Sevarog, Rampage, Grux, Chimera to a lesser extent. And you want to see gank potential. And Aurora has all of those things. She can engage fairly consistently. She can catch people out with Hoarfrost as well as her ultimate. She is actually good at disabling pushes between Frostwall as well as Frozen Simulacrum. Nailed it. Nonetheless, invasion into the jungle. Tokyo Nicholas was pursuing J-Leo. Thought he was going to be going away, but actually re-engaged. There's the first Aurora ultimate of the game. He's going to catch out Ghost as well as the Tesla Dome. And man, what a deadly combination. I didn't even think about that. The Hoarfrost into the Tesla Dome, and all of a sudden you're taking the full brunt of a full duration gadget ultimate. Down goes Ghost, carry down, and Reborn. They're going to strike and maybe look to get more. Nonetheless, a strong invasion of the jungle, and it comes out successful.
Yeah, Master Splinter, during that engagement, Master Splinter was trying to get more. He popped the ultimate, and Lucer instantly shut him up, instantly silenced him, said, not today, take the drums off, shut that down. They're picking up Raptors right now, so good influx of cards headed over to their carry on the side of NATO 6. Involved, he was being pushed a little bit, but he's going to be able to get out and survive here. They don't get any towers off of it, but they get the Raptors. All of those going to NATO 6. All of those going to NATO 6, giving him all of that card power. And just good invade coming out of Reborn right there.
So I looked over and saw, guys, you don't see this, but Notch is a very handsy talker. Even when he's casting, he's doing it right now. You guys can't see it. But his hands are always all over the place when he's casting. It's actually pretty hilarious. It's something special we share, Notch. Just you and I.
You just told everybody it's not between us anymore.
But they can't see it.
Whatever, Shane.
So Orb Prime has been taken so very early, and as we see, teams already are wanting to try to pick it up early. Involve, more than likely going to get caught out. I don't think he was expecting Hydra to just all be grouped up right there by Orb Prime, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're thinking about it.
Well, you got Vanilla Cutie. You allow him to set up.
Put
Drop
down the
your
turrets. There he goes.
Put down your turrets. Now you have to fight into turrets. Do you fight into turrets? You absolutely do not fight into turrets because that is an insta-death sentence. We saw that happen last game with Oxygen. They fought into turrets. 2 people fell. Yes, Arctic Wolves wasn't able to get the Orb Prime off of it, but it was still 2 big kills. And Reborn doesn't want to give up. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah, Reborn doesn't want to give up big kills like that. You don't want to give these guys an advantage. Losing 2 people could mean you lose a tower. Possibly a tier 2 tower, depending on how hard you push that.
Reflect, taking a look at his build over here. Right now, it's just purely Chaos cards, Overclock Droid. So he's going with that race card build again that we saw. I believe it was Strafe on Murdoch used earlier with Overclock Droid as well as Nitro Boot. So he's going to be able to move very, very quickly. And also doubling down on Kwong's defensive capabilities with an early game card like Living Guardian. Auto attacks, granting him armor, and it stacks up to a decent amount. Not Ghost and Lucer. They have good ward vision on that weak side of the jungle. So that those forward-placed wards are going to give away J-Leo's rotations every single time. And I think probably right now, J-Leo is saying there's probably wards in our jungle, guys, just judging by the fact that he was standing there and then immediately showed retreat from their opponents there. Master Splinter, he's gone with knowledge. I keep on to call it intellect. Knowledge and order with his affinities as well. So really, with the new Dawn, we're seeing pretty much all affinities being used. There's not like one affinity that isn't being used or is being neglected or anything like that, which I think is really, really cool and a testament to as new of a card system that it is. A testament to, they did a pretty good job of making sure all the affinities had useful cards inside of them.
Hydra definitely has got word. Aurora with a invasion over here onto Lucer. Lucer is going to most likely fall. Ultimate goes down. And Leogon is going to pick up that kill on Lucer. Vanilla Cutie rotating over. Leo and Reflect have got to be careful. They should be able to get out of this jungle. Reflect, he just turned on the Nitro boost, and he is out of there. Leo Grande has 2 different ways to escape. He's going to utilize both of those and get out.
Cryosism is the ultimate coming out from Aurora. The name of it has been eluding me now up until this point. Cryosism here. Vanilla Cutie on Iggy. Iggy in the mid. Effective hero mid laner, but I always feel like it's just isn't able really to secure kills. Isn't a gadget. Isn't a Gideon. Doesn't have that mobility. It's just basically with Iggy, you win your lane. That's what Iggy does. He wins his lane, whether it's 1v2 or whether it's 1v1. But he doesn't have as much gank potential or crowd control that's available to more traditional mid laners that we see. He's pushed forward right now. The rest of his team is now rotating to the mid lane with Tokyo Nicholas just clearing up the green buff here. With only Involved here to defend, as well as a Siege Minion, they should be able to pick up this Tier 1 tower. A swift rotation. They came out from the fog wall as the lane was pushed out by Vanilla, and they pick up a Tier 1 tower mid lane completely uncontested. So swift movement across the map is yielding success for them thus far.
Mid lane, I mean, we're getting to that point right now. Vanilla Cutie, if he's able to set up these turrets, he can just be such a lane bully. That's one of I'm going to repeat it till people understand it. You allow an Iggy and Scorch to set up, you instantly put yourself.
That is a no man's zone. It's a dead zone. It's no man's zone.
And with the width of those turrets, how far they go, I mean, you can set them up in such a way that you're constantly in them. So if you're trying to retreat, you just run through turrets. And that's what happened there. He set up, the team rotated in, they pick up a tower. When they go for Orb Prime, Reborn has to watch it, make sure that he doesn't have time to set up in that pit.
Vanilla Cutie is in a great deal of trouble. He's going to be getting taken out here. That Hoarfrost as well as the Tesla Dome, man. So much synergy between the gadget. Tether lands on a Ghost, and I think he's going to be in a lot of trouble too. This zone control out of this composition, man. The moment someone gets caught by any crowd control, all of a sudden they're stuck in a Hoarfrost. There's a Sticky Bomb on top of their team. They get tethered up by the Fury of the Heavens coming out from Reflect. Let's compare the offlaners real quick, strictly in levels. Reflect level 12, halfway through level 12. Regal just now hit level 11. So Reflect is having a much better game in this offlane position. Again, Reflect is just this low-key hero who just makes things happen and kind of goes unnoticed.
NATO Sick is going to get caught here. He's underneath this tower. Subjugate's going to miss. NATO Sick is just juking and jiving away here. Regal Infiltrator popped that ult. NATO Sick should fall. I mean, I don't see him living here, but I could be wrong. Does look like... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
The Crash Bang Boom used as inspiration. But here comes the Cryosis and Regal's in trouble. There's their ultimate Sticky Bomb. He's going to be going down. That's the death note written for him. But Jay Leo lands the Hoarfrost. Down goes Severug as well. And somehow, some way, NATO Sick is able to keep himself up.
That hype
was pretty good.
Insane. There's no reason. No reason he should have lived there. He jumped off the ledge, used those rocket boots, the thunk came in, and he survived. If that long arm of the law would have hit, he would have been dead. But it misses, and the dude survives. They turn around. That ultimate, Shane, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think Aurora was going to be much of an impact coming out of the jungle. I really didn't. And Leo Grande has proven me wrong here. Good ultimates into the Hoarfrost. He shut down two
by
people.
default, I'm proving you wrong.
You gotta give it up for Leo on that hero.
The bane of that hero before was, of course, Purity Sensor, and that card doesn't exist anymore. RIP.
Ripperino.
There's really there's no big way to deal with that right now, and that's just a big buff to heroes like Aurora. I think another hero that's gone unsung that I think got a massive boost in power with the New Dawn is Faye. As well.
Man.
I haven't seen her, but I still think she's a extraordinarily strong hero. I would love to see her in like an aggressive support position, similar to like an Iggy and Scorch, where they're just constantly using Nettles to harass down the offlaner. Mid lane, I think she can thrive in certain matchups and well, but I really would like to see teams maybe start to utilize an aggressive support such as Faye. Nonetheless, Reborn, they're picking up a hero Aurora that we haven't seen in a while, and starting to show off that this new patch, this new card system, is just still full of surprises.
So it looks like we're seeing a little bit of posturing around the Orb Prime here. He is starting to set up some turrets. I think they're just going to back off. There's too many people there. Leo Grande is going to ignore that turret. They do have vision on it. Who's winning the vision game right now? It looks like Hydra, definitely. They've got 3 wards on the map. There's 1 on the side of Reborn. It's one thing we haven't talked a lot about, but vision. There are a lot of people that are picking up order. If their final affinity build is, let's say, death or it's chaos, whatever their final affinity is, they tend to be picking up order as their second affinity to make sure they have that ward coverage, which is not a horrible strat. If you know your last 3 cards are going to be 1 affinity and there's not a lot of early game potential in there, pick order so you can give yourself a card like Lamplighter. Lamplighter's a 300 gold cost ward. It's got 2 charges. Wards, they don't last for 2 minutes anymore. I don't know the exact time off the top of my head. I want to say it's 3 to 4 minutes now is what wards last on the map. Pick it up and give yourself some vision. Vision is still incredibly important in a MOBA. It is 4 minutes. Thank you, Zorky. It is 4 minutes. They're incredibly important in a MOBA. Giving yourself that control of that vision is so important. It can protect you from ganks. It can help you see rotations. And it can make sure you don't lose valuable objectives like Raptors and Orb Prime. Involved in some trouble here in the mid lane. He's juking and jiving right now. According to my game, he's at full health, but I know that's not the case.
Vanilla Cutie gets caught in the Hoarfrost, gonna get taken out, forces out the ultimate, but as of this point, the tanky Aurora coming in just soaks it all up. Good tether coming out from Reflect, allowing NATO Sick to get the last hit over, and 2 very important heroes off of the field. The 2 most threatening heroes when it comes to sieging down a tower against Hydra right now are both Vanilla and Lucer. They're off of the field. So with that being said, Reborn quickly is going to move into the mid lane and look for a teacher. Tier 1 tower, I wouldn't be satisfied with just a Tier 1 tower. I think Tier 2 tower is the goal.
Yeah, I'd push hard here. Either push hard or go back for Prime. I think the goal or what they will be doing here, because they don't have to worry about the hook, they don't have to worry about those turrets, is take out this Tier 2 tower. That's exactly
look at Leo just going to the back line. Leo and Reflect together get the solo kill over onto the carry player of Hydra. Dodges the Subjugate as well with Frozen Simulacrum. And right now, Reborn, man, they are looking great in unison. People questioned the new roster, specifically when Volv coming in. How is he going to change the dynamic of the player Reborn? And this looks like the same old Reborn. Consistent play, strong team fighting capabilities, and strong in the mid to late game situation. Mid inhibitor is going to be fallen despite the fact that Iggy and Scorch is trying to do what he can. That was actually a group stasis, what we saw right there. I thought I locked up. Guys, don't worry. You guys didn't lock up. I have to believe that was the group stasis card coming out, which is why everyone stopped moving. But that was just desperation, trying to get the mid inhibitor alive. Not going to happen. All 5 go in down the gut of mid lane. They pick up some kills, but more importantly, inhibitor off the map. Where to go from here, Notch?
Domain of Stillness is silly, by the way. I thought I locked up as well. Was not expecting that card.
Legit. I was still casting, and I'm like, did my game just crash? What happened?
Lucier picked up Domain of Stillness, guys. That's you stasis yourself and all, not just your team, all nearby heroes for 2.5 seconds. I mean, after that pickup, they weren't super low on health and mana, but there's a massive influx of gold. Back up, reset, get that health and mana, and then try and make an Orb Prime push or look to push another lane. With minion waves, Reflect is on the heels of not Ghost here. He doesn't know what's happening because of the lack of vision. Oh my gosh, look at it.
Look at the mobility of Aurora being used. Watch out, they're all grouped up. Cryosism could be devastating, but it's not even necessary here. As Master Splinter comes in and he drops the base. Crash, bang, boom. Is isolating them and just picking them apart is Reborn. They already got the important kill over on the carry player of not Ghost. Involved might be a reprisal kill. Tokyo Nicholas is able to land the Subjugate. All the meanwhile, you hear the announcer say, Core's under siege. Nadosic pushing down the right lane as well. So that was a 4-man invasion into the jungle. That went 1 for 1, but that opened up the space for Nado to push this down. He's focusing down the inhibitor. Not going to be able to pick it up there. Still, there's just Hydra is so oppressed inside of their own base. There's not much they can do. They can't even maneuver outside of their own base, because if they do, they find 4 members of Team Reborn sitting there waiting for them.
Yeah, that was Reflect with that purple buff just following him through the jungle. Good, aggressive rotation and engagement coming out of Reborn, picking up the kill. Yes, Involve fell, but you lose another Tier 2 tower. You take a little bit of core damage because the minion waves in this current state of Paragon are massive and very hard to deal with unless you have someone just constantly sitting on them. So this is one thing that Hydra has to do now. They have to set somebody in this mid lane to deal with this. They either have someone constantly deal with it, or they hard push it, get it out as far as they can, and pray to God they're healthy enough that when an engagement comes, they're able to take that engagement and they're able to counter push this mid lane.
Right now, the Achilles heel of the draft for Hydra, I feel like, is damage. Their only means of consistent damage is Murdoch. And if he gets taken out, all of a sudden, they have a tanky, beefy front line. But outside of that, Sevarog, his damage starts to scale a little bit later on. But as of right now, he's pure tank, going with Elevate, as well as the Mother Tree, Flame of Zekin, of course, standard, not to be expected. Regal, again, just Elevate. Just there's beefiness in this composition, but if you can't kill anyone, that really doesn't matter all that too much. And Lucier is on Richter, yes, but it's a support Richter and a very underleveled, underfarmed. So there's a lot on the shoulders of Ghost to get the damage done. Regal goes in, uses the enraged, already very, very low, continues to initiate. But look at Leo, literally just isolating and chasing Ghost. They're literally ignoring the entire front line. They walked right by both Sevarog and Rampage to find Ghost out. It was the 1-man ultimate coming out from Leo Grande, which is all they need to win this fight. Double-man Subjugate, well done to peel for now, but the sticky bomb from Involve is going to connect and take down Rampage as well. So double kill on the side of Reborn here. But yeah, Reborn knows that the only damage is Murdoch. They just went in there like, kill Murdoch, and we win the fight. And that's been the recipe of success thus far.
Yeah, you can have all the Godmother cards you want. If you're not dealing any damage, it doesn't matter at this point, and they have ways to deal with it. They're going for the Orb Prime right now. I do want to point out, Reborn is or Leo Grande is building Withering Shadow. It gives you power and health, and then it's the blood damage. Deal 85 ability damage to yourself and 85 ability damage to nearby enemy units per second. So he's going in, you hit 3 or 4 people with that ultimate, they're not able to do anything, you pop that, they're going to be taking quite a bit of damage just passively. And of course with healing and regen, he's able to, I believe, out-regen the damage that actually calls, that actually deals if he's not taking any of the damage. So he's able to live a lot longer than you would expect with that
Especially
going
with
off.
as many points, 18 points in vitality.
Yeah.
And Hinder to fall. Colossal Blow used on the NATO, but without the follow-up there, it's not going to happen. And Volv did dive pretty deep in, but Ghost is up against the corner. He's going to get picked off by NATO-Sick. Regal's the lone survivor. He's going to maybe try to get a stun, but even then, NATO-Sick is able to dodge that. And a triple over onto NATO-Sick. And they're going to go for the core, and this is going to be game number 1, going the way of Reborn.
This was just Reborn playing this game so well, Shane. They have a total of 3 deaths on their team. Guys, that's probably the last game you're going to see with Involve. He's going to be replaced. He died 3 times. Leo, get him out of here! But they played this so well. Involve did a damn good job in that mid lane. The rotations and shot calling coming out of Leo Grande was on point. Really good job. Really, really good job by Reborn. Sorry, Involve. I love you.
You're like, you look like a baseball ump right there. That's why I'm laughing so hard. Like, I want to see you cast in like the face mask and like the big broad shoulder pads and stuff, and you're just gonna be like the umpire of Paragon from now on.
It's gotta go. He fed too much. He fed too much. At least it's not roster changes like Arctic Wolves, right? Crazy fool. Love these guys. That's why we give them so much crap. Because if it wasn't for these teams, we wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you guys. But no, Shane, Reborn, they played so damn well. That Hydra Esports, I think the fault in that game was has a lot to do with their draft. You've got one damage.
And their laning. And
their laning,
the laning and the draft, which go hand in hand.
You've got one damage source, and Reborn knew it, and they exploited Not Ghost so hard. We saw J Leo just ice skate his way to the back line, use his ultimate on just him, and blow him up. So they did a really good job.
Would you like to build a
snowman? Oh hell yeah, I'll build a snowman.
Sick. Too bad I live in Florida.
It should be snowing here in Pennsylvania. You can come visit us, buddy.
All right,
guys.
Get rid of the cat.
Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting Paragon Competitive League. We truly, truly appreciate it. These teams appreciate it as well. ! Match Arena. If you want to support these teams, I want to say it's up to a whopping $10. Reborn just played for 30,000. Now they're playing for 10.
Making it into the big leagues.
Bringing in the big bucks, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you as always for watching. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with game number 2, Hydra versus Reborn. See you guys in just a minute.